Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals. How are we all today? I am very good. It is a beautiful day here. A little overcast, cool, love it. I just thought I would come along and show these little beauties to you. You will find these on my Etsy store eventually. There's still a few finishing touches for me to do, so if you like the look of them, keep an eye out. They will be coming along. You guys have seen this one when I first made it. It is a medieval loose binding. loosely medieval loose binding. Being as there is elastic, plastic buttons, fake leather. Yeah. She's not medieval by any stretch of the imagination, but is an interpretation of the way the books were bound. A lot of the books in the Vatican apparently are bound like this. So there you go. I just wanted to try it out. So the deal was I got out all these reclaimed fabric pieces that I'd made and threw them on my desk after I made this one, because I thought I'm going to make some more, and it's all been sitting there ever since. So in a massive attempt to get some unfinished projects out of my way, I stopped the book I was working on the other day for goodness only knows what reason, and decided I was going to finish off a few of these. So I have the pink one, the purple one, and this multicolored one pretty much finished. I have also another pink one, a teal coloured one, and an orange one on the way. So they will all end up in the Etsy store eventually. So anyway, you have seen most of this. I have added, since you saw it last, these inside little pockets and some ephemera. So yeah, there's a little envelope with something tucked inside, a very old book page in here. These are just little fabric squares. Basically they're made out of the same sort of reclaimed material that the cover is made out of, but I just cut them into squares and back them on black felt and sew them down, and then add some little buttons or whatever grabs my fancy as a bit of a focal point. I have quite a store of these. I went through a stage where, you know, I had so much of this fabric I needed to do something else with it, so I made a big pile of these just to add to journals as pockets, put on the front of a journal, whatever. So you see them turn up from time to time. So anyway, this is this little journal so far. There's a few little tags and tickets, an old piece of ephemera tucked in there, some little bits and pieces in here, little flip. This is an envelope with a few things tucked inside. There's my old book pages, and an altered paperclip holding that into the book. It's such pretty washi. So yeah, there's a lot of writing space in this one. She does not currently have a name. I have not named her yet. But yeah, none of them actually have names yet, because I literally finished this one this morning. Well, basically I finished these ones today. There's probably still a few things I'll do to them, but they're basically done. And yeah, they will get their names and be popped on Etsy eventually. So keep an eye out there if you're interested. Can't promise you it will be today. And I can't promise you they'll all go up at once either. They'll probably go up in sort of dribs and drabs. So Another little altered paper clip, some more book page, and my little faux envelope flip ups, a few bits and pieces, and then a little faux slide sort of tag, bits stuck in behind it. Yeah, all sorts of interesting papers in here. Yeah, just went for a little bit of everything that I had, basically. A lot of them are joined as opposed to being full sheets of paper. I've just joined them to another sheet. As you can see here, it's from the same book, but clearly they were not together. They've been now joined together with this piece so that I can bind them into a book. Bit of dictionary, lots of coffee dyed papers and washi. Inside page of a book. Here's another book page from a very old book. Again, these two were pages that were joined together. You can see they're both. It's funny, you can see in the batch dyeing all the lines have crisscrossed and merged, so there isn't any really clear lines on this paper anymore. Well, there's some, but yeah, they go in all sorts of directions, so that's kind of interesting. Some of the paper does that, some does not, so it's always interesting to see what comes out of a batch dye. I always find it very interesting. Some more of that dictionary page with the cool little thumb cutouts. I love those, don't know why. It just grabs my fancy. And just some journal cards, another book page, one of those little altered paper clips we made the other day, and a few more bits and pieces tucked into a pocket behind there. So yeah, she's got quite a bit going on. There's another little pocket in the back with a few bits and pieces. And just a really interesting binding. It's just really something a bit different. I'm sure there's other people out there doing this, but you don't seem to see them around that often. And really, I just wanted to give them a try. So I made this one with the elastic holding it closed. Excuse me. Don't know where that came from. Yes, I made this one with the elastic closures just to see how it went together, really, because I'd not made one before. And then yeah, it was so cute, and you can see it's got quite nice and chunky now that it's got some ephemera in it, because it was quite sort of loose, this cover. Yeah, it's a sort of fat, chunky, really nice feeling journal. It has 3 signatures. Each signature is about 10 pages, so there's about 120 pages back and front, I think, about that. Anyway, yeah, it's quite a nice chunky little journal, and yeah, like I say, that one was my prototype. That is what started it all. This was the next one that I did. It's just the same sort of construction, got the black faux leather spine with the buttons for closure. It just has these little cords with a button on the end for its actual closure, and again it has a couple of these fabric pockets on the inside with some ephemera tucked inside, some book page in this one, and a bit of a bookmark, and again quite an interesting selection of pages. I popped one of these cute little things in here, a few little bits of ephemera, and again this has the same sort of amount of pages in it as the other one. In fact, I think they all do. It's just some of them are a smaller size. Here's an example of something I have yet to do. I'll probably cover up this text just to provide a bit more writing space. But yeah, it's mostly finished. Some ephemera in a book page pocket. Some book pages held in by a paper clip with a little baggie underneath that holds some scrap papers. Little pocket made out of a book page holding a few pieces of ephemera. Some pattern paper, a crossword, in case you're into crossword puzzles, that will give you something to do when you're not writing your journal. Here is another altered paper clip, just holding in a magazine page that's been folded into an envelope that has some ephemera inside. Some jelly prints. This is jelly printing with doodling on it. Dictionary page that's been covered for writing space. Piece of music paper, another different altered paper clip. I like to put lots of different kinds of paper clips in. This is why I like making them so much, because I use a lot. Again, something else I need to finish up in here is to cover up some company names on letterheads and whatnot. Bit of paint stained paper. This is just book page with napkin. There's paper from a sketchbook with some ink dyeing. A little pocket with a couple of tags and a few pieces of ephemera inside. And there's that back pocket. So yeah, there's that one. And I mean, you can take ephemera out and make this close more closely to the spine. Or you could probably add some more ephemera in and just tuck these beads through the cross cord like has been done on the pink one. I'll show you in a second. So there we have her. This is all sorts of fabric. I love making this sort of fabric. It's just a mindless exercise that I just enjoy. Okay, this is the little pink one. Again, she's quite chunky. Again, 3 signatures, about 120 pages back and front. Yeah, this one has a pocket made into the cover, and these dangles used to hook over the buttons like this one still does, but it's getting a bit chunky, so they're not quite reaching. So I just tuck them over the top of the cross string there, just so that they hang nicely. But yeah, you may do as you choose with that. Like you can see, I've just folded it across and made a pocket here. There's a couple of pieces of ephemera in there. Lots of interesting ribbon and whatnot on this one. Bit of sequiny work. Yeah, it's just super interesting fabric. I love it. And there's another one of those little pockets made out of a fabric sort of swatch sewed to the black felt, and some super cute little buttons. Some bits of ephemera tucked in, some painted paper, another one of these cute little flips with a few bits and pieces on the inside. This is just a book page with napkin, I had some little cutouts that I just pasted down and then put the napkin over the top. So something a bit cute. There's a big envelope with a journal card and a piece of a vintage paper from a book page. There's some cute pink washi in this one, just going with the pink theme. Other side of that envelope, just with a couple of vintage book pages tucked in there. Here's some reproduction photographs held in with one of those little paper clips, the altered paper clips we'd made the other day. Another book page with a dedication on the front from 1908, and a piece of actual ephemera from about 1967 or thereabouts, late 60s, early 70s usually. Just some jelly print with doodles, just a little fabric flip, just going with the pink theme. It holds in a couple of small vintage book pages. Here's another envelope tuck, just with a few bits of printed ephemera. Some quite sort of sizable flips of map, just a bit of interesting folding there. It's the other side of that envelope, again with some printed ephemera tucked inside. Again, little paper cutouts that have just been covered with napkin. A little bit of pink thread there. My washi tape paper, just used old washi tape, covered it in napkin so it stayed put on an old book page. And there we have it. That is that little journal. So they're the three that are pretty much finished. Like I say, I have another 3 over there that are in various stages of being completed. So yeah, they yeah, you can see this just reaches but not quite, so I just tuck it in there so it just sort of dangles nicely. Yeah, like I say, they're in various states of being finished, so as soon as they are finished, even these 3, as soon as they are finished, they will be arriving on the Etsy store one by one as they go. And yeah, and then my desk will be free of 6 journals that have just been sitting there hoping to finish at some point. So you can tell why my desk is such a mess, because I have all these little projects in mind that I have to do or have to finish, or yeah, and they're just all sitting on my desk in various stages of being finished. I still have a book over there that I made months ago that hasn't got a cover yet. Even the signatures are bound together, but there is no cover, so maybe that should be my next project. And I also have this one here, another big chunky journal. This one's going to be what is there, 6 signatures, 2, 3, 4, I think there's 5 signatures for this one. This one kind of has a cover. It's a work in progress. This is the one I was doing that I stopped to do these, so we'll see what I move on with next, be it this one or the other one that's lying over there. Yeah, there's just a few projects that I need to get off my plate. So yeah, you will be seeing a few things happen, a few things go up in the Etsy store as the weeks tick over, and hopefully I will be back with a sort of craft with me, do something video at some point. I just am so busy trying to put together journals at the moment that I haven't even given any thought to what I need to make. Probably paper clips again. But yeah, maybe something else, who knows. Anyway, thanks for coming along today. I have enjoyed your company. It has been nice to talk to you again. It's been a little while, and I will see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.